The Enneagram has been with me for at least 15, almost 20 years. And from the very beginning, this question kept coming up. Once we know and understand the patterns of the types, the behavioral tendencies, the beliefs, the perceptions, how do we get out of this web? How do we really make a central change in myself, in the heart, in the mind, in the body? That would actually free people from these prisons. That would somehow create a new life. And 9 rays began to take shape around 2008, 2009, when we started to look at this, started to look at the archetypal energies within the tapestry of the Enneagram Mandala, started to better understand that in fact it wasn't about personalities, but about archetypal frequencies that exist throughout the entire universe, which can have greater or lesser consciousness. And we began to map all of this out, blending systemic thinking, hypnosis, constellation work, bioenergetics, body work, frequencies into a single answer, which is how to help people in this spiritual transition, in this elevation, in this liberation, in this new way of being in the world, but also in the practical world. Revealing new ways not only of thinking, feeling, and being in the body, but also revealing God more and more in form. Coming into contact with the talents of your ray and living them out better and better. And so 9 rays comes not only from this search for what truly transmutes someone, both psychologically and spiritually, body in the heart and in the mind. A question that continued through 2009, 2010, when Enneagram coaching as a brand was born, 2011, 2012, 2013, adding, questioning, learning, already entering a phase of intuitions, things coming from other planes, perceptions, transformations happening. What it truly is a sacred mandala that organizes energies, that organizes movements, that communicates with the centers of intelligence, a search that I think will never end, which is when you lay out the mandala carpet, automatically these frequencies, these rays, they appear. And it's important to note that they are not types, they are rays. Rays that come from a denser frequency, becoming more subtle, right? From the center of the earth to the center of the sky, from the world of hell up to heaven, all the way to the world of angels, and that within them, by understanding the dynamics of these ascents and descents, fears, desires, movements, and combinations of lines and arrows, interferences, movements in Gurdjieff's Enneagram, over the last 5 to 7 years, the 9 rays has reached another level where all of this comes together in a process that can only be described as an authentic process. Chemical, of spiritual transmutation, of psychological transmutation, of the transmutation of being. That's a little bit, I think, of the story of the 9 rays, which continues to unfold. The 9 rays are in everything. They're not just in personalities. And all 9 of them are within us, not just one. We are a complex and beautiful web of life. The 9 rays come to perform this dance of elevation. Sometimes in certain images, in altered states of consciousness, I see 9 colors intertwining and moving toward God. And that's a bit of what the 9 rays are about. But in the sense of transmutation, understanding healing here as moving out of a limitation, a pain, a story that imprisoned me, whether it is emotional, physical, and transmute that into a cleaner heart, a clearer mind, a more vital body. Remember that the 9 rays are based on the transmutation of the body in its earthly vitality, of the heart from what were thorns and pains and lacks, into a heart that accesses sublime feelings, and of a mind that is fixed on beliefs, to direct access to divine perception. It's not possible to describe a single experience. What I can say, because images of people and movements come to mind, is that the 9 rays is something that happens over 7 days in person, although as an egregore it begins much earlier and continues far beyond. But what we've seen over the years is that the process for these people continues for At least a year intensely after the last day of the program, the little stone at the center of the lake of consciousness remains in a vortex for months and months and months, both in the physical world and in the astral world. So it's common after the 9 rays for me to spend months receiving reports about dreams, about projections, about intuitions, about a day that comes, a healing of my heart months later, just as it happened that very week, right there. A water that enters the room, in the emotional sense, when we are visited by the world of waters, sometimes a cleansing that passes through someone's heart and a forgiveness of 10, 15, 20 years. Now, what is most beautiful to me about the 9 rays and in the history of Enneagram coaching, in the very history of the center of consciousness, is this vision not of something just punctual, which is beautiful, which is incredible, but of something that continues. The process of healing, development, transmutation, liberation, going on and on and on and on. And the 9 rays is an absolutely surreal experience for that. Not said by me, but by perhaps already thousands of people. Brazil and Portugal, some experiences in the United States in these last almost 11 years in New York.